fixing a cracked bow limb. So I recurved this self bow I made here, and I did a little too fast, and I think I got a little bit of a crack across here. So what I did is I took some Gorilla Glue, and I actually decompressed it a little bit more to where I could open up that gap and get in there, and then I rubbed a nice layer of hardening Gorilla Glue over it. It's still a little bit gummy. So while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start the sinew wrap on it. Okay, gang, so it's time to wrap our limb in sinew. So we have some artificial sinew here, which we got at Hobby Lobby. If you're repairing an Asian horse bow, I guess that'd be Hobby Lobby, but it was $8. Should do the trick. It has some wax on it, which makes some people a little weary due to not sticking with glue later and the wax not being more adhesive with glue and different finishes, but I think once you cover it in true oil, it should be just fine. So we're going to start by taking a little section here and give us something to work with. We're going to wrap over it, just a hair probably. So I'm going to start my wrap where my finger is here. So I want just about that much maybe. We're going to start off in the corner so it's not as conspicuous bubbling up underneath it. Just like that. That's where I'm going to start. We're going to wrap around that so it'll hold itself in place. So I go around it like this. And now I'm starting to get on top of it. Just like that. I bring this around. I'm pulling it pretty tight as well. Since this is artificial, it won't shrink like the good stuff if you were to go out and harvest a deer. But I'm actually going to start twisting my bow like this and do that to keep track of where I'm at on each loop. And continue this down. I'm actually going to do a double wrap, which will give me a little more strength. So I'm kind of weary of this crack, but most people only do one time through, I believe. Keep twisting, twisting. We're going to do about probably a 6-inch span here. So we're probably going to speed up the video. So at this point, your hands are probably worn out. We've gotten as far as I want to go, and I'm going to start going back the other way here. When I go back the other way, I'm going to try to fill in these little bitty gaps you see in there. Just they'll be more visually appealing, as well as distribute your pressure, your stiffness more evenly across this bend. So also, you're going to want to make yourself a little loop out of the sinew about like this. And you'll see why I want to get back to here. Okay, now that I'm getting almost back to my end here, I'm going to take my loop, I'm going to lay it to where I have just a little bit sticking out past the backside here, where I started. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to wrap over it. And everybody changes their amount of wraps, but I like having maybe ½ inch or so to go. This makes it a little tougher. And this is going to keep our end from slipping out. We're going to pull it back through that loop underneath our final wrap here. And you'll see what I'm saying. That way we don't have any frays coming off or any loose ends unraveling on us later. So we're almost there. Wrap it nice and tight. Probably want to go even a little tighter here because there's a little gap we're going to be pulling that out of. So when we get to our end, we're going to pull that around. We're going to cut her off. Try about that much sticking out here. So now watch this. So I'm going to take this and I stick it through my loop, okay? Like so. If I can get this waxy stuff up. Okay. Just like that to where I'm going through. I'm going to take this end, I'm going to pull it. What that's doing is it's pulling it right underneath there to where I'm now locked in. See that? And then since this has a nice waxy coating, it kind of stays in place already anyways. Take that, get her off, and both ends where I started and where I finished are wrapped up completely. Next I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna true oil the whole bow, and you can true oil right over the top of this. You can actually rub different glues or epoxies, whatever you prefer. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. I think this one here will be alright now. Thanks for watching.